you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you 5 of my favorite Thanksgiving recipes, or really any holidays. These would be good for Christmas as well. But I am sharing 3 Thanksgiving sides as well as a dessert and a holiday drink recipe, so you're not going to want to miss it. But I did just want to quick introduce myself. My name is Caitlin. I have 2 kids. I have a 21-month-old and a 4-month-old daughter. And then I'm also married to my husband, Kenny. You don't see him in a lot of my videos just because they're not really his style, but I just wanted to say hi, welcome. I am so happy you are here and thank you for all of your support. But now I want to get right into today's video, and you're not going to want to miss out on these recipes. So for these pumpkin bars, you're just going to want to preheat your oven to 350, and then you'll dump a whole can of pumpkin into a stand mixer along with 4 eggs and 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. You'll also be adding 2 cups of sugar, and then you're just going to mix this on a low setting until it's all combined. Once all of your wet ingredients are combined, you're going to be adding the dry ingredients. So flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and salt. I'll leave the recipe in the description box so it's easy to follow along with that. Once you have everything mixed together, you're going to want to spray a cake pan. I like to use a cake pan because I like my bars on the thicker side, but if you want them thinner, go ahead and use a bigger pan. You're just going to want to do less cooking time. But with a cake size pan, you're going to want to bake them for about 30 to 35 minutes, just depending on your ovens. So for the cream cheese frosting, you're going to be adding 6 ounces of cream cheese along with 1 stick of butter, and you're just going to want to whip that until it's pretty well whipped. You definitely want it to be really combined before you add everything else. Next, you'll be adding a teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of powdered sugar, and 3/4 of a tablespoon of milk. The powdered sugar is up to you how sweet you want it. I like to go somewhere between half a cup and 3/4 a cup. I would start with half a cup and then adjust to your liking. But that is it for this recipe. You're just gonna spread that onto your bars and it is good to go. This is a great Thanksgiving alternative to pie just because some people don't like pie. So it's always nice to have another option for those people, and these pumpkin bars are perfect for that.
Doubts and blame. I'm a weary pirate, and my heart is made of dust and grain and spoiled champagne. I've got troubles, I've got sins, I'm my worst enemy, but I've still got a lot.
To start off with the green bean casserole, you're just going to be sauteing half a yellow onion in some olive oil, and then you're going to take 3 packets of the green beans. These are just the steamer packets from Great Value brand. You're going to cook them and then dump them into a bowl along with your cooked onion. You'll also want to add in 2 cans of creamy mushroom soup to this mixture. You're about to see me adding another bag of green beans. That's because I only added 2 initially, but you should definitely be adding 3 bags of green beans with this amount of creamy mushroom soup.
Find yourself in love, you're wise enough. I got troubles, I got sins, I'm my worst enemy, but I
know some people do crushed cornflakes on top of their green bean casserole, but I definitely like the French's style onions. So I like to mix in half into the actual mixture, and then I put the rest on top of the green bean casserole. So spray your pan first and then pop that into your pan.
I say that's hard, I say that's hard.
And then this will just get cooked at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes, but just keep an eye on it.
And say by chance, don't you want a man?
This is a really simple punch recipe that I know everyone is going to love at your holiday gathering. So you're going to start off by taking some cranberries. Mine were in the freezer. You're going to want them frozen. And then just take half a cup, rinse those off, and set those aside. Then you'll be working with your apples. You have a red apple and a Granny Smith apple, so seed them out and then slice them very, very thin. The fruit is going to flavor the cider. You're also going to want to add an orange, so I took half of an orange and just sliced that really thinly, just like the apples. The base of this punch is apple cider, so just add 2 cups of that to a measuring cup along with 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now if you don't like the pumpkin spice flavor, you can add cinnamon or you can just add less of this spice if you want. I really like it, but it's up to you. Next, you'll just want to take a large pitcher and add all of your fruit into that. Then you're going to be pouring the mixture that you just mixed up right on top of that, along with 2 cups of Canada Dry and 2 more cups of apple cider. Then you'll just stir all of this together and pop it in your fridge for about 4 hours to let all of the flavors marinate together. I do also want to add that you can add alcohol to this, so if you want to make like a mixed drink, you can go right ahead and do that as well. If you have never made mashed potatoes in the crock pot, I swear you are missing out. It is so dang easy. No more boiling over potatoes on the stove and making a huge mess. And you also don't have to do everything last minute. So here you see me starting off with about 6 russet potatoes that are peeled. Obviously you want to make more for like a bigger Thanksgiving, but you get the idea. Cube up potatoes into about inch pieces, and then you're just going to throw them into a crock pot. After all the potatoes are in the crock pot, you're just going to be adding about 3/4 of a can of chicken broth and then put that on low for like 6 hours or on high for about 4. Another little thing that you always want to do with mashed potatoes is warm up your milk. So I used about a cup of milk for this many potatoes, so just give it a little bit of warmth, and then you're going to be adding probably about a 1/4 cup of butter along with a few big scoops of sour cream. This is up to you on the amounts that you like, but you get the idea of how to make mashed potatoes in the crock pot. Add salt and pepper to your liking as well as the milk, mash it all up, and you have amazing, creamy, delicious mashed potatoes that you didn't have to like boil over on the stove like I always do. So definitely recommend this recipe. It is so easy. You want to start by adding either a packet of yeast to your mixing bowl or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. Then you'll add a 1/4 cup of warm water. You want to make sure that it's not too warm or it can actually kill the yeast, and then you'll just mix that all together. I like to let mine sit for about 5 minutes to make sure that the yeast fully activates. While you're waiting on the yeast mixture, you're going to add 1 cup of milk along with 4 tablespoons of butter to a measuring cup. Make sure it's glass because this is going to have to go in the microwave. And then you'll also add 2 tablespoons of honey to this along with 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Then you'll pop this mixture into the microwave until the butter is just melted. Once your yeast is activated, you're going to be adding 1 egg and 1 cup of flour into your stand mixer. We're going to be using the kneading hook for this recipe. This kneads all the dough for you, so you don't have to do any of the pressing on the counter. It's so much easier. And then once that mixture has cooled a little bit, you can add it to the mixer along with another cup of flour. Mix this on level 2 of your mixer until it's kind of combined and shaggy. Then you'll be adding the 1/3 cup of flour and mixing that up. Once that's mixed, you're gonna kind of see what the consistency is like. You'll see here in a second what it looks like when it's done, but you're basically gonna want to add flour until you reach the desired consistency that I show you here. After your dough is no longer sticky, you're gonna go ahead and just mix that for a couple more minutes, and that will knead the dough for you. Grab a glass bowl along with some olive oil, and then you're just gonna take the dough out and plop it right into the bowl. Now what you see me doing here is kind of coating the dough in oil just so it doesn't start to stick to the bowl. Cover that up with a towel and set it in a warm spot to rise. It usually takes about an hour or until it doubles in size. Spray a pan with a little bit of cooking oil and then just punch your dough down. Now we're gonna start shaping them into rolls. So just take the ends and kind of tuck them under. That will give you the smoothest top. I have been using this dinner roll recipe for years and it is seriously foolproof. It is so easy and it's all done in your stand mixer, so there's no kneading, so I highly recommend it. And then you're just gonna pop those back into your warm spot and let them rise again for about an hour until they've doubled in size. These dinner rolls get baked at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're just golden brown on top. And then you'll want to add some butter to the top. I like to use melted butter, and then I also sprinkle with just a little bit of garlic salt, and it makes them taste so delicious. I highly recommend this recipe. I make these for every family gathering pretty much. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you being here and for your love and support. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. I have a lot of fun Christmas videos that will be coming out and just a lot of other really good cooking, cleaning, organizational type of content, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. I would love to have you join my little family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!